Jackson, I was joined by Firebirds forward Riley Piercey, and Riley, a little different of a career for you. You were a first-round pick. That had to have been some kind of feeling coming into the OHL with the Barrie Colts. What was that like for you and your family?
Yeah, it was obviously a special moment. You look back 5 years later, and I was just looking at the pictures the other day, and I just was such a baby. It was crazy looking at all the pictures of my family, and I actually was a little weird with it, and I watched it upstairs in my room while my whole family was downstairs. I was pretty nervous for it, so yeah, I just heard downstairs erupt, and I kind of figured that I got picked, and I wheeled down, and everyone was just tears of joy. So it was a special day for sure.
Your time with the Barrie Colts, it probably, wasn't what you expected as a first-round pick. You had just 12 goals in 95 games. You get the call, you're being traded to Flint. What's it like for you knowing you had a fresh start awaiting you?
Yeah, for sure. You said it right there. It was kind of the fresh start that I was looking for. I wasn't open to being traded. I wasn't close to being traded, so it was kind of a mutual thing. And Barrie thought it was best in my development to get me moved, and it couldn't have worked out better for me. And it was. It's obviously a different feeling being traded to not only a different team but a different country. So, my parents are there to support me all the way. It was nice, close to Barrie, but here it's phenomenal.
Yeah, you kind of took my next question for me, but you said it, right? Like you moved to an entirely new country as a 17-year-old. You were, about an hour away from home. The support you had from your family you mentioned, but talk about how, welcomed you were by billet families, fans, the organization, everything like that when you made the move.
Yeah, for sure. It was pretty easy adjustment. I was fortunate enough to come over with a veteran player in the league, Tyler Tucker. So that kind of just made my transition a little bit easier with the guys and getting in with that. And my first roommate on the road was Ty Delandria. So what a way to get on the team with getting roommate as your captain. So that was pretty special with the group, and then our coaching staff that year was pretty special to me, and they gave me the opportunity I was looking for my second year, and good things happened, and I kind of just rolled with it.
You mentioned that second year, and it was your first game in Saginaw with the Firebirds. You score a goal, basically one of your first shifts. You add another, you go on to score, you match your goal total in Barrie in 41 games here in Flint.
Yep.
What changed?
I think it was just my confidence and the opportunity I got with Flint. It was a big change for me. I was playing a lot more minutes and playing in situations I never played before in the OHL. So, once I got my first 2 games actually kind of suit me perfectly. I got 2 goals my first game, and then I had a fight at home for the first ever game of the door for me. So it was a pretty cool way to welcome me in.
And ever since that trade, and ever since really that game, that set the tone for the rest of your career. You're leaving Flint, one of the all-time greats, to play here. What does that mean to you hearing that?
Yeah, I don't know. You said it, I got chills. So it's for sure special. It's something that you don't really look into until your career is winding down in the OHL. And with you coming around the room and you mentioned some of these things to me, it is really an honor. There's a lot of great guys that came through this organization. You had to be up there in a few of those categories. It's pretty surreal, for sure.
You made a big jump really last year coming out of COVID, and it led to an invite to Red Wings prospect camp. Yeah. You were probably the MVP of Detroit Red Wings prospect camp, so not only did Flint fans know it, but the Red Wings fans know it. You had your 4-goal game, you play in a preseason game. What kind of confidence comes away from something like that into your overage year, knowing you might have more hockey ahead of you?
Yeah, for sure. It was a crazy ride. That whole month was just like a dream to me. Kind of get experience in the NHL level and being around those superstars in the NHL, and seeing how much work they put in. It was really an eye-opening thing, and it started at the beginning of the summer for me when I went to their development camp. I just saw all the work that I had to put in to be a true hockey player and further my career. So yeah, I think that was just the biggest thing was coming in and learning everything that I learned there, and then, taking the confidence where you're playing against an NHL team and, in the Little Caesars Arena. It's one of those experiences you can't take away, and it's definitely surreal.
You're going to leave here in Flint, not only an all-time great, but one of probably the bigger fan favorites to ever come through here. Every fight, every moment in this building, the fans have been behind you. What's your final message to them?
There's really no words that I can give to them. Without their support every night, without they're coming on road games far away, and they're always there for pictures and to get things signed. And us as players, that's one of those bigger moments where it might not look like it's a big thing to us, but we really cherish those moments when we've got the little kids coming up to us and I had one the other game, and it was like, "You're my favorite player." It's like you got a little 3-year-old coming up to you, and as a big guy, it's heartwarming. And, you do have that heart, and it's special. Everyone's special, and I'll always have time for our fans, for sure.
Thanks a lot, Riley.
Thank you.